drugs back. Something wrong, Charlie?
Yeah, Jack. He's been an accident in the caves. Jack's trapped in a cave in.
Is anyone trying to get him out?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people there now.
And why aren't you with him? You didn't come here to tell me about Jack, did you?
My stash, look. I can't stand feeling like this.
Come here. Let me show you something. What do you suppose is in the cocoon, Charlie?
I don't know, a butterfly?
Yeah, it's much more beautiful than that. That's a moth cocoon. It's ironic, but butterflies get all the attention, but moths spin silk. They're stronger, they're faster.
That's wonderful, but
You see this little hole? This moth's just about to emerge. It's in there right now. It's struggling. It's digging its way through the thick hide of the cocoon. Now, I can help it. Take my knife, gently widen the opening, and the moth would be free. But it would be too weak to survive. Struggle is nature's way of strengthening it. Now, this is the second time you've asked me for your drugs back. Ask me again, and it's yours.
Well, I went to the doctor. I said, I'm feeling kind of rough. Let me break it to you, son. Your shit's fucked up. I said, my shit's fucked up. Well, I don't see how. He said the shit that used to work won't work now. I had a dream. Oh, shucks, oh well. It's all fucked up. Shot to hell. Yeah, my shit is fucked up. It has to happen to the best of us. Rich folks suffer like the rest of us. It'll happen to you. That amazing grace going past you by. You wake up every day and you start to cry. You want to die, but you just can't quit. Let me break it on down. It's the fucked up shit. Yeah, the shit's fucked up. Fucked up.
I am here. I am here with you guys. Jack is on the way. Actually, let me throw that backdrop up here. Give me a second here. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this shit again. I can really pull some shit off when I'm drunk, right? But when I'm sober, it's not. Oh wait, I think I got it. Hold on, give me a second here. No, still not. What the fuck, buddy? What's going on here? Anyway, I'll figure it out. It's whatever, dude. Okay. So Jack is on the way. Just bear with me a moment here. We do have a pretty dope show planned for you guys. Go ahead and throw that up there. We have our ticker. Now, why will this shit not show the picture? Still learning this thing, guys. Give me a second. All right, whatever. So, like I said, Jack is on his way. We do have a pretty dope show lined up for you guys. We do have Terrifying 20 to be the... Oh, it's raining. Not Hurricane Helene rain, though, which is a good thing. See something here. Okay, whatever. So, I don't live somewhere where we're getting the hurricane. We are going to talk about the hurricane, though. I'm going to. Oh, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, you're here. All right.
You talk about the hurricane?
Yeah, because it just started raining here. So, yeah. Now there is one piece of housekeeping that I need to get into here for a second, because I changed my avatar on Twitter so it matches like the show stuff.
Yeah.
And anytime you make an avatar change, it doesn't let you stream on Twitter until it's verified. So I'm still waiting for it to get verified. So right now we're live on YouTube and Twitch for the time being. And I posted the YouTube link on my Facebook as well. Yeah.
Right on.
But I was getting into some of the stuff that we're going to get into today. We do have the Terrifying 20. I wouldn't say top 20, but it's 20 of our favorite 10 and 10.
They're handpicked because I think, honestly, the top 20 horror movies are kind of cliche. So you got to kind of dig deeper. Like, you got to dig deeper into it. You know
I agree. So we came up with, like I said, it's not like a top 20. It's more like our favorite 20.
Handpicked and curated.
Yes, handpicked by us two fine gentlemen. It is day 8 of Halloween as well. I was trying to, as you know, get a guest on here for our dating apps talk, but he doesn't want to do it right now. So we're still going to talk about the dating apps, but we're going to have a guest down the road.
Yeah, we're going to have a guest down the road he's going to tell us all his wonderful dating app stories.
Yeah, he has many. I don't know. To me, they're wonderful, and to you, they're wonderful, but I'm not sure if to him they are. Let's see. Of course, we do have election night live coverage coming.
November 5th, right?
Yeah, 5th? November 5th, yeah.
Yeah, because Halloween's on a Thursday, so I think it's
it'll be here before you know it. It's kind of crazy. We do have some stories to get into. Some spooky stuff. A dismembered janitor, right? It's like some. Yeah. Like, are you afraid of the dark kind of thing? You know what I mean?
And the Mets just pulled it off against the Phillies.
Yeah, they did. I think the Phillies are dead in the water, buddy.
The other two, it's 2-1. It's 2-1.
2-1.
2-1. Because I forgot these series were 5 games.
Yeah, me too. Because like I was petrified. What was it, last night or 2 nights ago? No, last night when the Yankees they lost to the fucking Royals. I'm like, oh shit, dude! If they lose again, this is over.
That's only the wild card round. Yeah, we're in the division series now, so it's 5 games and then 7 games the rest of the way. Yeah, which I like the 3-game series a lot more than the 1-gamer. The 1-gamer was kind of unfair, dude. Yeah, because it's like you know, it's any given Sunday, so you got to give someone a chance. So you got to give them a series, basically. Well, yeah, he's this motherfucker. What's up, man? But yeah, 3 games, and plus, dude, baseball is a game of series. Yeah, it's a game of series. Like, you know, you can't just change course. And, okay, now because you won the wild card or you're a wild card team, you only get 1 chance. Yeah.
That's fair, dude.
So that's the one pro to them adding more wild card teams. Obviously, the con is adding teams that are barely at 500 that are just going anyway, most of the time at least.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I mean, you know, with that setup, with that kind of format, some scrappy team who doesn't belong there, they can. All you have to do, I mean, it takes one clutch hit. You know, one swing of the bat.
That's how the Nationals won the World Series. They were
right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad they did, because the guys who won it, I felt like that they deserved to win one. You know, like it wasn't like they were just like a bunch of bums like their whole career or anything.
Yeah,
you know, like there's some talented dudes on that team, man.
Yeah, I remember Brian Dozier was on that team, I think, who was on the Twins previously. So I was glad he won a ring.
There was a dude who went to the community college up here. Who the fuck was it? A pitcher? Shit, it was a pitcher for the he was a starter too.
Was he a starter?
Yeah.
And he played at the community college there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see if I can find this dude, yo. Let me see.
We could do 2019 Nationals World Series roster.
Yeah, let's see. Nationals. The fuck. I really messed up getting a pink laptop because the keyboard on here is not the best when it comes to lighting.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Nationals.
Did he make the World Series roster though? Because
dude. He pitched in the game and shit, dude. He pitched some games, dude. Let me see here. Let me pull up the roster, actually, like you said. Now it was 19, right?
Yeah. What I'm seeing is Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, Max Scherzer, Anibal Sanchez, Joe Ross, Eric Fetty.
It might have been Corbin. It might have been Corbin.
Patrick Corbin. Doesn't say where he's from. Patrick Corbin. He's from Clay, New York. See?
Yeah. See, I knew it, dude. He still pitches too.
And he's still on the Nationals too.
Yeah. So he actually pitched at the community college I went to, MVCC.
Like he played at Cicero North Syracuse High School.
Yeah.
And then he played Mohawk Valley Community College. Yeah, right. In Utica, New York.
Yeah. I mean, good for him, dude. He's one of the few ones from here that actually did something with himself.
Wasn't there a UFC fighter from your area too?
Yeah, he was the deaf dude, bro. Matt Hamill. Matt the Hammer Hamill.
He was deaf and he fought?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And he actually had a bar downtown. I wish it would have caught on. It was called The Cage, and he rented out like the second floor, and the whole second floor was like UFC themed, bro. He had a cage in the middle of the fucking thing and all this shit.
I remember you told me there was a place where it had a cage inside the bar and it was like owned by that guy.
Yeah. Him, and believe it or not, he teamed up with a meteorologist from the local news to pull that off. But I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Okay, It says he was on the Ultimate Fight, the third season of the Ultimate Fighter. See if he has any notable wins.
I think he has a couple. Because I mean, it could have been because he was a local guy, right? But he's kind of a big deal around here.
Yeah, he fought and beat Tito Ortiz at the tail end of Tito Ortiz's career.
Yeah.
He beat John Jones. Oh, this is on the Ultimate Fighter though. Is that John Jones? Yeah. It says he beat John Jones by disqualification on the Ultimate Fighter, because in the Ultimate Fighter, they have the fights.
Yeah,
because it's like a Survivor show, but MMA. It says he beat John Jones. He beat by disqualification, and he beat Tito Ortiz, and he also fought Rampage Jackson and Alexander Gustafsson. So I mean, he had some decent,
pretty solid career.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't around for too long, but
it says he was around for about 8 years, but his later years he kind of fought in like some smaller stuff. But he was in the UFC for about 7 or 8. So he had a respectable run, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to sneeze at, yo. It's pretty good. Especially, like I said, man, you know, like, because his heyday, I believe, was like right before I moved to Alabama, which was around like 2012.
2010 to 2012 seems like his peak.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was kind of like towards the end of his UFC run, they built that
that bar.
fucking bar. I wonder if I can find pictures, Joe. Let me see something here. Let's see. The Cage Bar, Utica. Let's see. Because I was kind of pissed because, like, when they started building it, I was leaving and I never got to go. By the time I came back, it was gone, dude. Let's see. The Cage Ultimate Sports Bar. They got fucked. It's so old. They have links on Foursquare. That's how old this fucking thing. All right, let me share this shit. All right, here we go. So they got the menu. Like, I want pictures. Maybe we can check out Yelp. Maybe Yelp has old pictures. Let's see.
Probably do.
Oh, shit, man. I think it's gone. Fuck. Man. You know what? Maybe I'll just search images.
Do images. Yeah, 2011. It says 2011.
Oh, here we go. Here's oh shit. Of course, it's all small and shit. Come on, man. Fuck. Damn, yo. Damn, that sucks, dude. Okay, wait. Here's one. Well, again, it's small. What the hell, dude?
It's still showing the search. It's not showing the image.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Must have not converted over. Search images. It's showing it now.
It's loading. It's loading.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. Now it does.
So these are like small.
Yeah.
But damn, you know. Shit. I really wish there was some decent. It's not like it's a relic. Like, holy shit, it's only 10 years ago.
It's not like it's obscure.
Yeah. And like I said, it wasn't really that long ago.
Yeah, it was only 15 years ago, maybe 13. Is that it? That was the logo?
Yeah.
That says Fresno, California.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's California. I don't know. It's kind of annoying, actually. I would assume there'd be some proof of this fucking thing existing.
Yeah, right?
Well, there is.
It's just kind of a one-of-a-kind thing. You know, there isn't there's actually I don't know if they still have them. They used to have one in Minneapolis, like where my brother lived, but it was like a pro wrestling themed bar, and it was called Bar Luchador. They had a few of them, but they had one in Minneapolis, and they would just show like old wrestling on all the screens, like WWE Network, just like the stream of it. And then on PLE pay-per-view nights, they would show the pay-per-views there.
You know, like I can't even find nowhere that would like show a pay-per-view or anything live anymore. I remember a few years ago, I was looking for one. It was for like the Royal Rumble. You know, I'm not. Of course, I wouldn't expect them to have like bad blood or something on. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like the big four, like I should be able to go out and watch WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or something. I couldn't find nothing.
And sometimes in big cities, I know they play like UFC and boxing in big cities in movie theaters, and I've seen also in big cities they were doing like WrestleMania in theaters too.
That'll be a dope experience, actually.
I watched UFC in a theater once. It was
How was it? It was cool.
But yeah, it's almost like a step down from actually being there because there's a whole crowd there that's cheering and yelling. So yeah, it's a pretty good time. I don't know why more places don't do that, even like around here, because like, it's not like you're not gonna make money, you know.
Well, right, and then it's beneficial for everybody because you're not spending $60 to go see it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're making money because there's probably fucking 20, 25, 40 people showing up to watch it. So it's beneficial for everybody.
The only place they show it here, I mean, I always watch them at home just because like I want to watch it. I don't want like all this jazz. But the only place they show it here is Buffalo Wild Wings, I think.
See, man, I had an experience at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, I remember it. The Dining Dash.
Yeah, man. Motherfucker would not. He just kept chasing me, bro. I'm like, yo, it's not that serious, bro. It's like an $18 meal.
Was he just a waiter?
Nah, he was the manager, bro. What happened was, the week before, me and her went, right? And we fucking dine and dash, and we're like, yo,
Because down there, so it's fucked up. Here in New York, I get more Dallas games than I would get in Alabama. And you would assume that, Texas is right there. You would think that.
You would think so. Yeah.
So they would never air our shit, dude. So I'm like, yo, fuck this. Let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, wait, you were in Alabama. It depends. Well, they might get more of the Florida teams or Atlanta.
That's exactly what happened. Atlanta, New Orleans, Florida, shit like that.
Dolphins, Tampa.
Yeah. So it had to be a primetime game to guarantee I was getting the Dallas game.
Yeah.
So it was starting to piss me off, dude, because it was the middle of the season when I moved there. I'm like, yo, fuck this, dude. Let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings. And so we left. But see, I thought I had a smart strategy because I waited until the shift turned over. So I'm like, yo, the people who watched me leave weren't the same people who served me. So I'm like, I should be good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I went back the next week and I could tell that by the time we got seated, they were sitting there and they were talking amongst each other. And I'm like, oh shit, dude, they're looking at us.
So the day you dine and dashed, was it the day that the guy chased you? It was the next week?
Yeah, it was next Sunday. Yeah, it was next Sunday.
Picture of you or something?
So what happened was, right, Dallas played at 4. Me and her went for the 1 o'clocks. And then I'll never forget the game. It was the one where it was fucking 60-59 or some shit. It was the Broncos with Peyton Manning against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It was a shootout. It was a crazy shootout game. And, I left and went home. And then the next week we went back because Dallas had a 1 o'clock game. And stupid fucking Sheena left her fucking purse on the table. So we had to go back in and they wouldn't let her leave. So I'm like, yo, I'll stay. You know what I mean? I'll stay. She could leave. So I ended up finding an opening. I ran outside, right? And the manager stood behind her car and wouldn't leave. And I'm like, yo, run him over. And she's like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking do that, bro. So I'm like, yo, we gotta do something to get out of here. So I ended up walking back in with the dude. She left, right? So she's calling me and shit during all the shit that's happening. We're trying to do some Bonnie and Clyde, teaming up kind of thing.
Yeah, right?
Plan.
Yeah.
So she's fucking driving around, waiting for me to step outside. She just keeps going around in circles, circling the highway around the building.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, bro, I'm like, fuck this shit, dude. Because they're about to call the cops. I'm like, fuck this, bro. So I bolted. Yeah. And this motherfucker's, the manager's on foot, fucking chasing me down, bro. So Alabama's got mad highways. It's nothing but fucking highways, right?
Yeah.
So across from the Buffalo Wild Wings, there's a fucking 4-lane highway. So I'm like, fuck this shit, bro. I got an opportunity. So I ran across the highway. I didn't think this motherfucker would chase me across the highway, bro.
I'm not risking my life for $18 unpaid tab.
So
even if it costs me my job, I'm not
yeah, and so he chases me into this apartment complex fucking parking lot. And he's like, turn around, smile for me. This is when he gave up, right? Because he just wanted my picture. He was like, smile. So I did. I'm like,
yeah, because then they have your picture. I learned this when I worked at the mall. Because in the security office, they have pictures of everyone who has stolen or has tried to steal. And then they're like, oh, and then someone will notice the person and they'd be like, oh, he's 86. Watch out for him. He's not supposed to be here. And there was a lot of times where there was when I worked at the mall that I knew people were stealing, but they were wearing big fucking coats and shit. So I'm like, how do I know that they don't have a fucking gun in there? I'm like, if they're gonna steal $50, then fucking let them. Jesus.
Yeah, Christ. When I was at Home Depot, they would tell everybody, they're like, yo, if you see anybody stealing, don't try to stop them, because if you get hurt, it's on the company.
Yeah.
So if they attack you, or like you said, they shoot you or something like that, that's on them. For putting you in that position when, and all realistically speaking, you're in this case, Home Depot, $1 billion company. Why do you give a shit about someone stealing a fucking $100 drill or something? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
From my experience, they were kind of just that higher up district people would just be like, we know that theft is just a part of this industry. So if you can fucking get a picture of them or shit like that, that's fine. But don't try to be a fucking hero, which I never did.
Nah, I'm good, dude. You can steal your shit. I'm fine. And now, if I own the store, if I own a mini mart or something, bro, and I see you stealing, then bro, because you're taking it out of my pocket directly. That's one thing. Not fucking. I'm not putting my life on the line for
nah,
dude.
$50 T-shirt or some shit.
Nah, yeah, I'm good. I'm all the way good, man, for sure. Let's get into some hurricane talk here. First of all right, when's this thing supposed to land? Because I feel like I've been hearing about this thing for a fucking week.
So I work in transportation. I'm not gonna say where.
Yeah.
I work in transportation, and apparently it's supposed to hit like tomorrow. It's supposed to hit bad like tomorrow because I have, truckloads going down to Florida. So like we've had to be in contact with all this shit.
Yeah.
It's supposed to hit bad like tomorrow night. I think it's supposed to be the worst. From what I've heard, I think it's tomorrow night is going to be the worst. I don't have any family there, so
I have a couple people who they like to talk shit when it snows, and like whenever they do, I'm like, yeah, but I'd rather deal with a snowstorm than that.
Yeah, but I'd rather deal with a snowstorm for 2 days than have my house ripped away in a flood.
Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. And they're saying that these fucking not waves, but this water is gonna be like fucking like 9 feet, dude. It's nuts, bro.
I've been in a tornado warning, but I've never been in a hurricane warning.
I had a tornado warning in Alabama. It was fucking funky, dude. The whole sky turned yellow and shit. I'm like, oh shit, dude, this is not.
Yeah, I was visiting my grandparents in Minnesota years. I mean, they have them like it's just a normal thing in the summer to have tornado warnings there, but
yeah.
Most of the time they don't do that much damage.
Yeah. Well, shit. This past summer we had one not here where I live, but maybe like 15 minutes away. Remember I was showing you the damage it did and shit. Yeah, up in Rome, New York, it was.
Oh, okay.
But while we're talking about the weather, I know we got into this a little bit on the first attempt of this show, but yeah, that's why if you look at the YouTube description of this show, I named it that every horror movie needs a sequel. So that's how I'm looking at it. Yeah. Is that this is the sequel right now? Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Okay, where we at here? Is it that one? No. Hold on. Oh, wait. All right, hold on. I have this pulled up on Chrome, so I just got to move it over here. And then I can pull this up. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so this is Phil has blocked your screen. Oh, share screen. Okay. All right, here we go. So, like I said, we did talk about this a little bit in the first attempt of this show here. Al, you need to chill, bro. So China is a leader, and this is the thing is like these people will tell you that this is not happening. And I'm just saying that if China can do it, I'm pretty sure we can do it.
Yeah.
And
did you ever watch the conspiracy theory with Jesse Ventura show back in the day?
Yeah, the one that was on, what was it, like A&E or some shit?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. There's an episode about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, to me, like when I see online, people are like, "Oh, you're nuts," thinking they can do this. I'm like, bro, but they do it, and they're open about it. What do you mean?
Yeah.
China is a leader in weather modification using cloud seeding to increase rainfall, reduce hailstorms, and relieve drought. So that's what they're telling you that they do, right? So they're being open about, okay, we can create clouds, we can make it rain, we can stop it hailing, and we can relieve a drought. That's not all you can do. It's all you're telling me that you can do. You can do a hell of a lot more than what you're telling me.
And what I think is, I'm not saying all weather is like artificial, but I think it's a thought worth thinking that at least some of it is artificial for certain reasons.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, this last one that hit like North Carolina, to me, like the more striking thing about that one is the response to it. Like, it just seems like that you guys don't give a shit about these people.
Yeah.
And like there's people trying to help and you're not letting them help.
Or it's like the wildfires in Hawaii last year where it looked like a fucking – there was some video I saw back when that happened where it was like, this doesn't look like a fire. It looks like a fucking explosion happened.
Right.
Because there were cars that were just gutted. And then also, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, apparently, what Obama and Oprah's and all these celebrities' houses were unscathed while everything else was destroyed.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how much truth there is to that, but what I've heard.
No, and then something made me laugh though during the WrestleMania. I think it was a kickoff or whatever. The one where The Rock slapped Cody, right? And these fucking political guys, and it pissed me off because, like, largely I'm on their side with the shit they're trying to say. And somehow, like, a bunch of people were trying to say that the crowd was chanting Maui at The Rock. Like, and it pissed them off. I'm like, no, they didn't, dude. No, they didn't.
He's not even from Hawaii.
Yeah. So, well, I think that they were thinking because of his participation in, like, Moana or something.
Yeah,
that he's like an islander or so. I mean, he is an islander, but
he's not Hawaiian.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of political people saying that the crowd was chanting at The Rock, Maui, Maui, Maui. I'm like, no, they were not doing that, buddy. I watched it live. That was not a thing. Let's see here. So, I mean, just logically speaking, right? Before we get off this topic here, you're not going to convince me that China can do something and that we can't. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah. I just can't buy into that, dude. I can't. You're not going to sell me on that one.
I saw this other video of a guy. It was like some random guy in Texas, and he took a video of the sunrise in like 2019, and then he took one like this year. And it's just different. Like, there's something about it that's just different. The colors are different. Like, don't get me wrong, the sky's not going to look identical every day, but like the color of the sun was just completely different.
You know, it's kind of weird because, like, looking back when I was a kid, you know, like, obviously they tell you don't look right in the sun, so I never did that, right?
Of course, yeah.
But, like, the color of the sun was fucking different, dude. I'm telling you. It wasn't like this big white orb like it is now. It was more yellow.
Yeah.
Like, I mean.
And, like, I don't know. Maybe I haven't been paying attention, or I don't know, but aren't leaves usually, like, falling at this time of year?
Yeah.
Like, they still haven't fell here. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting here. I mean, usually we're further along than we are now, but it's supposed to get, like, colder over the next week.
Yeah, it's still 70 degrees here. Like,
yeah, like, they're turning. The leaves are turning. Like, there's yellow and orange and fucking red and shit, and it looks nice. But they're still all on the trees.
Yeah, that's what I was, because, like, the park I walk at, like, they're still all on the trees, and they're starting to turn red, like, just a little bit. Like, I remember back, like, 5 years ago, I remember a time when they started turning red in August, and, like, they're still not even on the ground yet, essentially.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude.
I don't know why. I'm not going to say climate. I mean, like, I think the term climate change, like, I think things shift, right? But I don't, but like the climate change where, you know, the Greta, like that, all that, like, that's kind of nonsense. But like, just the singular term climate change in itself, because I think things shift and change and stuff.
Right. I mean, it's a very convenient term, right? Because the climate does fucking change. It does, like we had an ice age, and then we came out of the ice age.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we had like a prehistoric era and shit with fucking dinosaurs and shit. And then fucking there was meteors and shit. The climate changed then to, like, so there was something that ushered in that. And then there's something that ushered in the ice age and something that got us out of the ice age. That's climate change.
And also, we're going to have the earth is going to be hotter at points in time. But then we also have more brutal winters too. So it's not just because it's hotter sometimes, like, it's hotter some of the time, you know.
No, that's another thing too, is like it all evens out. So if we have a really hot summer, I can tell if we're going to have an easy winter or a brutal winter based off how the summer is.
Yeah.
Like, if we have an excruciatingly hot summer, I know it's gonna be more of an easy winter. If we have a really chill, cool summer, we're gonna get our ass kicked. We're gonna pay for that in the winter.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. Like, if you live somewhere with 4 seasons, you know exactly what I'm talking about, dude.
I do.
You know, so one thing I want to get into, because when I brought this up, it made you laugh about it, but I'm being serious about the Zoomer kids, bro. Why the fuck
Why do they all like? They're all like the same person, dude.
What do you call it? The spaghetti haircut, or what was it? One of my friends called it something like that, the fucking noodle haircut or some shit.
It looks like ramen noodles on their head because they dye it yellow too, so it looks like chicken ramen.
Yeah,
up there, but they all have it. Like every boy who's a fucking Zoomer kid has this, and I don't understand it. I don't get the appeal. I don't understand it, dude.
They all like and want the exact same things too. Yeah. Like when I was growing up, you had like your sporty kids, you had your like fucking band kids, you had your heavy metal kids, you had your fucking like gothy kids, then you had and then you had this group of like weird ass social rejects who like ran to class and like fucking sat on the ground at lunch and shit. But like now it's like for what I could see, and I could see a very small amount of it, but like it's like there's nothing interesting that they want anymore. Like
they're not their own individual.
It's all just like I said, like when I was a kid, I wanted cool shoes. I wanted and had fucking Guitar Hero with the drums and shit. Video games. I played baseball. I did all these things. I learned how to play instruments. I mean, I wasn't that good at them, but I learned how to play instruments. Like I did all these things. I tried all these things, and now it's like, what do kids even do now? All they do is fucking watch video game streamers, and
that's the thing. They don't even play the
game. Want to buy fucking Crocs.
They don't even play the game themselves. Yeah, they watch other people play the fucking game.
Kai Cenat or
yeah. I don't get it, bro. I don't understand. But now, like you said, like when I was in school, we had these different groups of kids. Like you said, bro, you had goths, you had fucking, the Wigger kids, and then you had the hood kids, and then you had fucking, the sports kids, the preppy kids, and then that was just for the boys. And then the girls, you had a whole nother fucking world over there for them.
Yeah.
It was like you had the prep girls, you had the athletic girls, you had the fat girl. You know what I mean? Like, but they all stuck together.
Yeah.
And they were all their own individual group. And we don't have that anymore.
I don't see, as far as, again, I see a very small specimen, so I don't know. But from what I hear, it's just like all this. Like, I know multiple people with like pre-teenage kids. Like they all just want the same like dumb shit.
They want to play Fortnite together and Call of Duty.
Fortnite. Buy Crocs, Prime.
Prime's a big one. Oh my god. I mean,
I quit drinking. I don't like it anymore.
I guess it's their version of like Gatorade. I guess I don't know.
I guess, but like I wasn't fucking excited to buy Gatorade.
No, not like
a thing. It was just like a thing we fucking had.
Yeah, right. Like I wouldn't seek out the brand new flavor. Like if I seen it, I'll grab it. But
I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like if I seen a new Gatorade, that was one thing. Yeah. It wasn't like I was like, Dad, you got to get me the new Gatorade. Like I didn't know there was a new Gatorade coming. I had to see it in the fucking store.
I don't remember ever being excited to buy any sort of food or drink object as a kid. I don't. Sometimes there was some commercial or something, but like I don't remember this obsession. But like these kids that I see are like, oh, I gotta have every color of Prime. It's like,
and they fucking collect the bottles. And shit, dude, they save them and try to collect them all and shit, and it's wild, dude. It's wild shit. It really is.
At WWE now, because I went to the SmackDown like a month ago. Afterwards, outside the arena, they have like these Prime like rep people, and they just hand out free bottles of Prime to make every 12-year-old shit themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess they can do that when they have the
it's on the. I mean, it is on the canvas.
Money.
To be fair, I feel like, in terms of like the sponsorships being on the canvas and stuff, I feel like it looked cool, but like for other companies, but it doesn't look cool for WWE because that was never their thing. Like it looks cool when you watch old WCW shit,
right?
But like that was never WWE's thing to have sponsor shit all over the place. Like because WWE was like the original product. It's like when they always talk about,
it's like when they always talk about putting sponsors on, baseball, MLB jerseys or NBA jerseys, whatever. I remember when they started talking about that, like when I was still in high school. I remember I was watching Mike and Mike in the morning, and they're like, well, could you imagine the McDonald's golden arches on the Yankees pinstripes? And it's kind of the same thing to me, because it's like WWE was the first of its kind. So it's like, it doesn't need all that extra shit to me.
No, it doesn't do it. And like, to me, that's a soccer thing.
Yeah.
Keep it the fuck out of my American sports, bro. I mean, it's already here, but I'm just saying, I've been against it.
But I mean, to be fair, they have it on some MLB jerseys, but like on NBA, they just have it on one shoulder. It's not like soccer where there's 80 sponsorships.
Right, yeah.
Or if you
NASCAR is bad with it too.
If you watch like pro sports, like pro basketball in like South America, they look like a bunch of walking race cars too with 100 sponsors.
That's
on
crazy.
them.
But yeah, like when I'm watching WrestleMania and I'm like, I see a match sponsored by Wingstop and the whole like LED thing around the fucking
like that was
like,
that's kind of what I mean. Like that, it just doesn't. It takes away like the tradition of things.
Yeah, I agree.
I never liked that.
For example, like the one of them I was all right with though was the lights out thing, because it was a gimmick match.
Yeah, Snicker, or what was it? Mountain Dew blackout.
Pitch black. Pitch black. There you go. Yeah. That was fine because it was a gimmicky thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that I didn't hate that, but I think that they seen that got received well. They're like, we should do more of this.
Then they bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah, I agree. So we do have, like you said, the Mets did win this one here 7-2. We do have more baseball coming up tonight and more tomorrow.
And hockey.
Yeah, hockey's on right now. I got the Panthers and the Bruins on right now. The Panthers are up 4-1. This is a good opening night game. These two teams always go at it in the play. Well, they have recently, anyways, past couple of years. The Panthers, they've been a thorn in the Bruins side for a minute here.
All the best hockey teams are in Florida or in Vegas.
Seems that way.
Because all the guys grow up in Canada or Minnesota or Finland or some shit their whole life. They're like, I don't want to stay in the fucking cold. Let me go play in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Anywhere but Phoenix. Seems like. I did see that they had some they're trying to make it a big deal, hockey in Utah. They're trying. They had like a concert and shit before the game.
I mean, it makes sense, but it's like I guess the Las Vegas Knights caught on real quick. I guess there's just always support. I don't know.
I mean, Vegas though, any Vegas team, like we've talked about before, it's always going to draw money.
Yeah,
because people go there for vacation. They want to do shit. They've got money to spend. They're going to want to do something. But maybe hockey makes sense in Vegas because of how fucking hot it gets.
Yeah,
you want to go, go in an ice rink and chill for a while.
They made it to the Stanley Cup their very first year too.
Yeah,
I think they lost to the Capitals though.
Yeah, but still, even making it as an expansion team,
and then they won it. They won it 2 years ago. They beat Florida.
They did. Yep. Yeah, they did eventually get one. They did. We have the other NLDSs tonight, right?
I don't know.
Dodgers?
San Diego, I think.
Oh, yeah. San Diego and the Dodgers. Okay, yeah. People are mad about who was it, Profar, doing that shit that he did. I loved it. I thought it was great, dude.
Well, then the Dodgers fans were like littering the field the other night.
Yeah, because they were pissed about what he did because he acted like it was a home run. It wasn't. And he's fucking sitting there jumping around like he missed it, and he didn't. And the fans got pissed, but, you can't whip a ball at the guy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. It's a little excessive. The Dodgers, though, man, they really got to – I mean, I'm not a Dodgers fan by any means, but it's a little embarrassing that they always shit the bed.
In the playoffs.
Yeah. And we talked about it before, but that COVID World Series doesn't matter to me. It doesn't even count to me.
That's a triple asterisk World Series.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. A 60-game season, and, teams that are just hitting their stride are playing in the World Series. Like, come on.
And a lot of players that year or that 2 months dropped out because they were too scared to play or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. What do you want to get into here? You want to do the dismembered janitor, or you want to get?
Yeah, I don't remember us talking about that. So was that grinder one, or was that a different one?
I believe it was. Let me see here. So actually, grinder. We can kind of do both.
Yeah, there was that grinder
because Grinder is a dating
app. True. We gotta ask Danny if he's ever had that much of a horror story.
Oof. Yeah, he was bitching today about something else, and I'm like, dude, I'm sick. Oh, for everyone who doesn't know, well, you probably know because you follow me on Twitter, but yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now, though. All right, so say what now? Man killed and dismembered Grinder date before teen girl found body parts in river. All right, look. So which one's the janitor, you think here? This guy?
The
one on the right?
I think the janitor's on the left.
Oh, shit, really? Oh, fuck. Okay. Wow. Man, that's kind of spooky, bro, because you would expect this guy to chop somebody up, not this guy.
Wait, so it was the dude on the right who chopped him up?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's find out.
I think the guy on the left. I think the guy on the left is the chopper and the janitor.
Let's see. Let's find out.
Okay.
Following a friend's use of Grinder to locate the victim and verify his contact, law enforcement employed facial recognition technology on the suspect's profile, which reportedly resulted in a shocking find and chilling admission of guilt. All right, let's see here.
Okay.
Robert Tweedley Jr. was arrested.
That's right.
So he was the chopper. You were.
All so right, wait.
Was arrested and charged with one count of open murder and one count of disinterment, and mutilation of a body in connection with the death of 41-year-old Justy Stillwell, who was on the right. While details surrounding his arrest were revealed in a probable cause hearing on September 27th, a transcript of the hearing wasn't made available until this week via MLive. The disturbing details came from Bay City Public Safety Sergeant Nate Camp, who revealed Stillwell was reported missing on September 17th after he failed to show up for his job at a nearby middle school for 2 days. That same day, a teenage girl saw body parts in the river by the Edward Golston boat launch. Oh, fuck. Before they were identified from his fingerprints. At the time, authorities reportedly found 2 arms and 2 lower legs, including his feet. His car was allegedly found nearby with blood
inside.
Yeah.
Police
Yeah, go ahead.
Police didn't begin to hone in on Tweedley, however, until a friend of Stillwell's contacted authorities, with Camp saying the friend saw the victim on the gay dating app Grindr, which shows users how close they are in proximity to each other. The night he was last seen, realizing his friend was close to a man with his profile handle Bored, he took a screenshot of the app and texted Stillwell, asking if that's who he was meeting up with per Camp. Stillwell replied affirmatively. The friend allegedly told authorities he tried to contact the mystery profile after Stillwell's limbs were found, but didn't get a response. Police then ran the Bored account profiles through facial recognition software to identify him as Tweedley. He was bored, so he just dismembered the dude.
I've never been that fucking bored.
I've never been that bored. I work too much to be that bored. Like, did he realize the Dahmer show was just for entertainment? That's all.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to mimic it, homie.
Yeah,
good Lord.
And he did like to a T because he was gay. Yeah. He picked up like an unknowingly dude. Like,
yeah,
he took notes on that shit.
So let's see what he did here. He allegedly admitted to pushing the victim down his basement stairs before strangling him to death. After he was unable to move his body out of the lower level of his home, he allegedly said he first tried hoisting it up the stairs with rope purchased from a nearby Walmart before returning to the store to purchase an axe and dismembering him. Man.
Jesus.
Fuck. At that point, dude, you got to sit there and you really got to wonder, like, was it really worth all that, dude?
there's so many like Dateline episodes I've seen before where like the person's so close to getting away and then they find a fucking Walmart receipt and then go look at the security camera at Walmart.
They say that like 80% of that shit, 80% of murderers and shit get caught from their shopping receipt.
Yeah.
Buying,
and they always think they're gonna find a way. They always think they're gonna find a way to get away with it, but there's always one fucking crumb or one fucking speck somewhere.
You can never think of everything. You can never think of everything, dude. It's too stressful of a situation. You can't.
Hey, I played enough LA Noire. I know how to make crack.
Very underrated game.
Very underrated. They were like, I remember back during lockdown when they had like a bunch of like games on the PlayStation Store. I played that game a lot.
It's fun, dude. It's a great game. It's really
fun. Like instead of you being Grand Theft Auto, you being the criminal, you're the feds.
Right, you're the detective, and you get to question people and shit. It's pretty cool.
Make them crack, really make them sing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another underrated game is pretty much any of the mafias. Those are all.
Yeah. Oh, they're making a new one based off like the old fucking mafia shit.
Yeah.
Like they're making a new one. I think it's called like Mafia Old Country or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's coming out for the next gen systems next year.
I used to love when you would like beat up a guy or whatever, and then the cops would come, and then if you had money, the cops would have you on your knees, handcuffed, and then you could like press triangle to bribe the cops, and then you just like slip some a little money, and then the cop lets you go. Did you see? There's some like Halloween game coming out.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was just thinking the other day. I was like, I know there's a Friday the 13th game.
Yeah, there is.
They never made a Halloween video game like in modern time. There's some old like fucking Halloween arcade game.
Yeah.
Some fucking Pong looking shit from like the 80s. But it's some game, and it's got another game with it. Like it's some double pack thing.
Oh, really? That could be interesting. Because see, the thing with the Friday the 13th one, that one was done. That was the last thing. So what happened was some dude bought the franchise rights to it. Yeah. And he won't let anyone else do anything with it because he's tired of like all the other franchises getting watered down with like awful projects and stuff. So that's the last thing that they were able to do with Friday the 13th before this guy bought it. And he won't let no one do anything with it now. That's why there hasn't been no new Jasons or anything like that.
Yeah, they made one remake of Nightmare on Elm Street and one remake of Friday the 13th, but that's it. Which I'm fine with, honestly. Yeah. You just know they're going to, even if it takes 10 years, they're going to make another Halloween movie.
Yeah. Well, Blumhouse already bought. No, I think it was Blumhouse that bought it, I think. It was between them and A24. They were bidding for it. And Blumhouse already bought it, but Blumhouse, they're developing it as a TV show.
Halloween TV show. Yeah, I heard something about that. And also there's rumor of a Nightmare on Elm Street one. I tried watching that Chucky one last year. And it started off good, but then it was
the first season was strong.
Way too much just gay stuff. Like I'm like, dude, is this I'm not trying to be discriminatory, but I'm like, bro, not every show needs a gay and a trans character. They don't need it. If some shows do, that's fine. But not every single one needs a goddamn gay character.
Yeah. And that's why people say that it feels like it is being forced down our throats, because it used to be like, because I mean, actually, how much of the population are fucking gay people, bro? Let me look something up here. Because the reason that I'm interested in that, is because before they used to be, it used to be more like sparing throughout movies and shows and stuff to be more representative of their, their percentage of the population.
Yeah.
Now, from what I'm seeing here, 5.5%. There's no reason why 85% of the shit that I watch has to have one of those characters, right? Like every now and then's all right, dude. But holy shit, dude.
I don't mind it, but it's like we don't need it just because.
That's the thing, is that they're doing it just because. It's not because they're trying to make a point or progressing a storyline forward, even trying to teach you a lesson about anything or anything, dude. Yeah. It's just like, well, we got to have our percentage of gay people. Like, why?
What's even weirder about, like, okay, like, for example, this Aaron Hernandez show has gay innuendo in it because that's part of his life story, is he had these gay relationships when he was in high school and shit like that. But, like, what I thought is kind of suspect is, like, the gay stuff in the Chucky show is, like, kids. And I'm like, that's weird to me. It's one thing if it's adults, fine. But it was, like, kids.
Yeah, dude. The kid who got him first was gay, right? In the show?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, he bought him at a garage sale or some shit, and he was gay. Yeah. And the kid's like fucking like 16. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, like, I don't like. It's one thing to have it, but then with kids, I'm like, that's just weird to me. I don't think I ever finished it. I just I'm like, come on, like, it just got not good after that. And
and like I said, the first season was strong. The first season was strong to me. It was tolerable. And then I tried to get into the second season. I don't even think I got halfway through. It's pretty bad.
And it's still going on, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, it's on Sci-Fi and like Peacock.
Is it? It used to be on USA.
USA, but I always watched it on Peacock because, like, I was just behind anyway. So
yeah. I mean, if they want to keep it going, people will always watch it because they put it out around Halloween time.
Yeah, that's true. Just like how they always put American Horror Story out around Halloween time.
They're not this year, are they?
Yeah, they are. Remember I sent you that article that post or whatever that Chrissy Michael Imperioli is going to be in it?
Oh, yeah.
I think it starts next week, like October 15th, I think.
Let's see what this shit is about. Do we know what it's called?
I don't. I was watching like 2 seasons ago because I haven't watched it in years, honestly, because I got bored of it. The first couple seasons were great, and then it kind of
the Murder House one was amazing.
Yeah, that was the very first one. The Carnival one, or the Freak Show, the Hotel.
Freak Show is good.
All those are 1984. That one's cool, but then there's a lot of them that are just I didn't really like. What was it? The Apocalypse. That one was good too.
Apocalypse was good. Cult one was good too. Cult was good.
It looks like this one's gonna be called.
Okay, 2024's fall season is the first time since the show's debut. No, so they're not doing this one. They're not doing one this year.
Really? I swear I saw something about, or maybe because they also have that. They also have that spin-off series where it's just like a Monster of the Week kind of show. So maybe it's that he's going to be on.
Yeah. Maybe. Because season 13 is confirmed. We just don't know what it's going to be, air or when. It's kind of weird, dude.
Is that Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, she was in the last one they did, 12. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the last one.
Yeah, I found an article. It is indeed on that American Horror Stories show, where it's just like a different monster or anything. But it says American Horror Stories sends Michael Imperioli to the back rooms in new trailer.
Okay.
Coming out.
That would make sense.
It's coming out, October 15th on Hulu. They're gonna have 5 new episodes, but he's gonna be on that.
Okay. Yeah, it's really weird not having American Horror Story as a part of the Halloween shit.
It always starts. It's crazy that the first season was on when I was a sophomore in high school, and I'm 28 years old now.
Wow.
So that was when I was 15, and so it's been on for 13 years.
So that would make me 23. And I love the first. Like, I watched the first season,
like as it aired. Like normally, and that was like the time of DVR and shit, to where you can.
Yeah,
watch
that was the time of DVR and TV,
Yeah.
and like that's one thing like I kind of miss about like 5-10 years ago and beyond. Because like you know, like during Halloween, you watch all the horror movies. You know, Christmas, you watch all the Christmas movies. It's like you used to actually have to like find, like some of them would be on demand or whatever, but like you used to actually have to find when they were on to like DVR them. Yeah, and now it's just like it's cool. It's cool that I can go watch Halloween right now because it's on one of the streaming apps. But it's like I kind of miss. That's one piece of nostalgia I kind of reminisce about.
Yeah, having to like hunt it down.
Yeah.
Wait for it to air. Like, all right, dude, it's coming on Wednesday at 11. I can watch it Thursday night because it'll DVR for me. Yeah.
But I mean, one thing I do like about being able to watch anything on stream in 2 seconds is that there's little to no commercials most of the time. Whether you're paying for the cheap version or you're paying for the commercial version, it's not like you have to sit there and fast forward.
Like, for example, I have Netflix, right? I have the cheap ass Netflix. I have the $7 fucking Netflix, and I don't mind it one bit. I'll tell you why I don't mind it. The ads aren't long. The ads are only 15 seconds, and they're placed in the right area. You ever watch something and like when I watch Unsolved Mysteries, it does it a lot. Like they'll be in the middle of talking. They'll be like, and then she walked down the street. Hey, welcome to fuck. I'm like, what is this, bro? Like,
well, I watch it. Right? I watch them on Peacock, and I don't think there's ads on those.
I didn't know it was on Peacock.
Yeah, it's on a few different things. It's on Peacock, it's on Tubi, and then it's on Prime Video too. And I noticed because I'm in like this Unsolved Mysteries like fan page on Facebook, and there's certain episodes that like Tubi has that Peacock doesn't. Like I noticed that there's like a few like lost episodes that are on one app that aren't on another.
Because normally what I do, especially maybe I'll do it tomorrow during work because it's been like a week or so since I've watched any. But they have a Samsung channel, like so you know how like every smart TV they have like their own live TV thing.
Yeah, like I have a Roku TV and they have a Roku thing with like a couple channels.
Right. So like on the Samsung one, they have a dedicated Unsolved Mysteries channel.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that like your Roku one does too. So that's normally what I watch it on. So I thought it was so old that the only one that was streaming was like the new Netflix shit.
Yeah. It's on, like I said, it's on like 3 different streaming apps. And then, you know, there used to be, this was when I still lived at home. So this was like on my dad's TV, but I originally got into it like during 2020 when there wasn't fuck all to do. Like it came up on my like recommended on just the like Amazon on my Fire Stick. Yeah. And back then I watched it on there used to be like an IMDb app, and I watched it on there. I don't know if they still have that, but that's what I originally watched it on.
It's called Freevee now.
That's what it is? Yeah, because that's what I originally watched it on. So yeah, that's like 4 apps that it's on, and it's all the seasons and stuff. And like I said, there's one app that might have like a lost episode or 2 that another one doesn't.
Yeah, well, I'm about to get busy then with some Robert Stack.
I just like I fall asleep to it sometimes.
I love it.
I've seen like most of the episodes, but not all of them. And then like a lot of them I haven't seen in like 3 or 4 years. And it's not like I've seen them. It's not like I've seen them 25 times, you know. So they're still pretty fresh to me. Like I was just rewatching one that I hadn't watched in like a year the other day, and it was about how they think that the Unabomber was also the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, and his brother was like, I know he's the one. And I'm like, bro. Yeah. They're like, nah, he wasn't, dude. Shit. But if you want, we could take a quick little 10-minute break come back here.
Okay, now that we're on the topic of TV, you know, take a little break and then we'll finish off with the terrifying 20.
Yeah. Let's do that. So we'll take
what time is it? Here. 6 hours. We'll come back at 6:20, 9:20 Eastern.
All right. I'll see you there.
All right.
Let's get this up here.
All right, gang. Just waiting on Jack to return here. There he goes. All right. We are back to talk about some horror movies, actually. Let me go ahead and pull this up here, and we will begin. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let's present this here. Oop, okay. All right. Oop. Come on now. Can I unmute you guys? Oh, you got to unmute. It won't let me unmute you.
There we go.
There you go. All right. Let's see here. All right. So let's talk about some horror movies that we enjoy.
These are in no particular order.
Yes.
They're not ranked best to worst. They're just handpicked by us. You can hit. I think you can hit that start slideshow and then just do. Let me see. Maybe that. It's different than what I was doing it on. Right. And then when you hit enter, does it? Okay, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Perfect.
So this is one of my picks. It Follows, right?
Yeah. I've never seen it.
I feel like this movie doesn't really. You got to see it, dude. So it's made as an 80s horror movie, but it was made in the 2010s.
It's kind of like Maxine, you could say.
Except, well, in a way. So it's set in current day, but like the music and all that is like synth horror music, like made just for the movie. Like, yeah, it's hard. Like, I can't recommend it more. It's really good. And the plot line of the movie is so original. It's essentially about a demonic STD, right?
Oh, okay. So I think yeah. When I was looking up the posters to put them on there, I think I saw something about that.
Yeah. So essentially, what it is you sleep with somebody, and then you have to pass it to somebody else before this thing kills you. Like it represents itself as like a human, and it tracks you down. And it doesn't matter how far you go. You can move states or whatever. It'll still track you down. Yeah. It'll take a while for it to get to you. So the further you get, you're giving yourself a better opportunity. But in order to pass it to someone else, you got to sleep with somebody, and then if it kills them, then it's back onto you. So it like goes down a line. Okay. So it's really fucking dope, dude. It's a really original concept for a horror movie. And there's a sequel coming out called They Follow. I believe this year or next year. I think it is. We can both speak on this one, Halloween Kills.
Of course, yeah.
I liked it just because I felt like it was everything I wanted out of a second movie of a trilogy. I guess people got pissed off and he killed firefighters and shit in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, they're really pissed about it, dude. And I'm like, well, what do you want him to do? He's Michael Myers.
Yeah, right. All he does is fucking kill people. Doesn't matter who.
Yeah, I mean, what were you expecting out of number one, a Halloween movie, number two, one called Halloween Kills? What are you expecting?
If you could put those three newer ones in order, to me, it would go. Actually, it would go in the order that they are in. It would go the 2018, then this one, then Ends. Ends is just like universally hated.
It was terrible.
I saw 2018 in theaters. I remember I watched the other two at home.
I seen all three in theaters, man. And I'll never forget, we took Quinn to go see Halloween Ends because we were hyped because after Halloween Kills, we were like, yeah. And we took Quinn to see it, and he started crying in the back seat when it was over. And he was like, Josh, you wasted your money. I'm like, Quinn,
I thought he was crying because he was scared.
Nah, he was crying. He was crying because he hated it, dude. Because I ended up paying for all of us to go because I was making a lot of bread. I was working at the bank. And I was like, yo, fuck it, dude. We're all going, right?
Yeah.
And
I remember you went to like the midnight showing, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It was about 2 years ago right now.
Yeah, it was. Which October 15th, 2 years ago next week.
October, okay, right. The date's right there. I didn't see that at first.
Yeah, But I remember I texted you, I think, a couple days ago that I watched the 2018 one, and it was way better than I remembered.
Like, yeah, I was gonna really watch that one. I was gonna go in this, like, some years I start too late and I don't get through all of them, but I don't think I've watched. Yeah, actually I have, but like, yeah, I think I've only watched that one back like one time, so I definitely need to watch it again. I think I'm gonna go in this order. I'm gonna watch the shitty Rob Zombie ones first. Then I'm gonna watch Season of the Witch. Then I'm gonna watch 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, H20. All. Then I'm gonna watch all of them. I'm gonna go from worst to best.
The opening of the 2018 one was fucking phenomenal. With those journalists and all the mental patients and shit.
Yeah, and then those journalists
bust out the mask and like everyone around.
Yeah, and then those journalists, he fucking kills those journalists.
Yeah, he punched that one dude's teeth out and fucking dropped him in the bathroom with the chick.
Yeah, like the fucking truck stop bathroom.
Yeah, and then when he gets the fucking mask out, it's like, oh shit, dude, because like. I think what went over a lot of people's heads with this movie is that he was tracking down the mask, bro. That's how he found the fucking journalist, because it has a power over him.
And
so he tracked him down to the truck stop.
For anyone who doesn't know, the original Michael Myers mask was a William Shatner Star Trek mask.
And you know what? He actually just found out about that a couple years ago, and he's like, I had no idea. He said,
I didn't know until a couple years ago either.
Yeah. You would think that they would have told, well, I can see why they didn't tell him, because
he didn't want to be associated with that.
Yeah, right. This movie here, this is a foreign film. I won't spend too much time on this because I feel like not a lot of people have seen it, but I do recommend it.
Again, I haven't seen it, so you'll have to tell me.
So this is called Raw. Obviously, it's a French movie. This girl back in like 2017 recommended it to me, and I watched it and I loved it, dude. I mean, if you can deal with subtitles, you'll like it. But essentially, what it is, the plot of this movie is this chick and another chick. They're in college and they're vegan, right?
Okay.
And for whatever reason, there's a car accident, and like for whatever reason, they get a taste for flesh. And they're like, oh shit. And they start eating this fucking chick that died in a car accident. And then they start, like eating other people. It didn't, like, when I seen the trailer, I didn't expect the movie to go the way that it went.
Yeah.
It's definitely like nothing I've ever seen before, though. It's worth at least one watch, I would say. Let's see. We got Prisoners. So this movie to me is technically, in its billing, it's not billed as a horror movie, but it's absolutely a fucking horror movie, dude.
I mean, and that's kind of how I am towards Eyes Wide Shut. That's a fucking horror movie to me.
Right. This movie is a horror movie to me about like how low people can go as like when they're dealing with really tremendous loss and grief and shit, dude.
Yeah.
So essentially, this dude, his daughter is killed, and he's convinced that these other guys did it, and he like kidnaps them, puts them in the house, he starts like beating them with hammers and shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty rough watch, and I figured when we were going through this list that some people would say it's not a horror movie. Technically speaking, you're right, but to me, it's a horror movie, just like you said. Like to you, Eyes Wide Shut is a horror movie. I agree with that, actually. Wishmaster. Only because of the premise of these fucked up movies, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's Wes Craven, so I know it's good,
So Wishmaster is the biggest horror asshole to ever exist, okay? Because I'm sure you know just by the title Wishmaster, right? He grants your wish, right? So be careful what you wish for is the tag of the movie here.
Because you might get it. You might get it.
Well, you do. But if you're not very specific, he kills you with the wish. So, for example, you could be like, yo, I want to fuck this model or something, right?
Yeah.
And he'll be like, all right, but you will, but then she'll give you like this flesh-eating disease that fucking kills you because you specifically did not say that, you you didn't tell him that you want to sleep with her and that everything is fine afterwards,
Yeah.
So he uses your wish against you. So you have to be very specific. when you're asking for shit. You know, like I want this really fast sports car. Okay, great. Now you're gonna crash going fucking 120.
You're gonna be like
later.
Jack Doherty the other day.
Yeah, exactly. So Wishmaster, genius concept. The movies, you know, there's many of them. They got kind of, you know, rough towards the end, but you know, the first couple really fucking dope movies. We have the first It Chapter 1. Loved this, dude. Loved it. Seen it in theaters.
Yep. I didn't see this one in theaters, but I saw It 2 in theaters.
I hated It 2.
Shit like too.
Yeah,
I had this. This was like right when we first started talking a lot. I remember you called it shit too, and I remember I was with this one girl at the time, and I used to fucking. She like I don't get. I'm desensitized to horror movies. I like the scary feeling. This girl would get scared at fucking everything. I remember in It 2 when like he becomes the big giant fucking thing.
Yeah.
She didn't like that part too much.
My main issue with number 2 was that it felt like that he just kept turning into a fucking spider the whole movie. That's what it felt like. It's like, yo, he's supposed to be everybody's fear. Not everyone's fear is the same fucking thing. Like I can see a couple people being scared of a spider, but It Chapter 1, fucking incredible, dude. It was amazing. That was the first movie that I've seen in a long time. So I got home from the movie because I was living with my grandmother at the time.
Yeah.
And I lived upstairs at the top of the hall, and like I'd have to walk past these bunch of empty rooms and shit, bro. And I'm like, I would walk past it kind of like freaked out, thinking that like Pennywise is gonna fucking come out, dude. And I don't really get that feeling over many movies, but this shit did it to me.
That's like what Longlegs did to me back in the summer.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, another great movie too. And
actually, that's on my list, actually. So
Saw. First one, Saw. The first Saw's got to be on there, just for what it did for horror.
Yeah. How many Saws are there now? Like 10?
Oh, fuck. I want to say 10 because the last one was Saw X. Yeah. Which was really good. That was the best one in a really long time. The story was fucked up. It was really good.
I think I've only seen like the first 2, maybe.
So basically, the plot line of Saw X was Jigsaw was he was getting revenge on all the doctors who didn't fucking like do right by him, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, so like all these doctors that like didn't do the proper surgery or whatever, misdiagnosed him and shit. He was coming after all these motherfuckers, bro, and it was fucked up, dude. It was really fucked up, really. It was good though. I enjoyed it. Dark Skies, great fucking movie. You seen this?
I haven't, but I see it's made by the producer of Insidious, so I'm sure it's not a letdown.
No, it's not, dude. It's really fucked up. Like, I like that they have the birds in the poster because birds play a big part.
Yeah.
It's essentially an alien invasion movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they hide it really well for a big show. Like, they don't hide it necessarily, but they create doubt in your mind to where you're like, I don't know if this shit is like true or is really happening or something.
Yeah.
Until the end, and then like they don't hold back, bro. They show the aliens and all this shit, dude. And like birds keep dropping dead and fucking all this wild shit, and their kid gets possessed and all this shit, dude. Great movie. Definitely check it out. I'm sure it's on something.
It's got to be. That's just the way it is. It's got to be on one of the 100 apps.
Yeah, absolutely. Hereditary, the GOAT to me.
Yeah. We watched this, we watched it along, I think. We watched it like a watch along.
Yeah.
This is the treehouse shit, right?
Yeah. This is the only movie I watched. This is the only movie I've watched with multiple people who will not watch it with me again. Like, Savannah was terrified of it. She never wants to see it again. Sean won't watch it again. He won't let Quinn watch it, which I understand why he won't let Quinn watch it. But everybody I've watched this movie again with is like, nah, dude.
I watched it again. It's been like 2.5 years. I'll watch it again.
All right, bet, because I love this movie, and it's written so well to where you don't even understand the plot until like an hour and a half into it, and you're like, oh shit, because well, I won't give it away for people that haven't seen it, but it's really worth it. Great fucking movie. Okay, I think this is so this is the last one of mine, and then we're gonna get into yours. Ready or Not. I did hear that they do want to do a sequel. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but they should. This is a fucking bomb-ass fucking movie, bro. Essentially, the tagline here basically says it all. It's a killer game of hide and seek. So basically what happens is this. She marries into this really rich family. Now, at their wedding reception, after the wedding, she gets told by the family that it's tradition in their family that after the wedding, you have to play a game.
Yeah.
Right? It could be any kind of game. It could be hide and seek. It could be Jumanji. It could be checkers.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of shit. I forget how it's chosen for what they play or whatever. But essentially what happens is it gets chosen to where they have to hunt her down and fucking kill her. So it's her against the entire family in this mansion that she's never been in before. Okay. And it's like 2 hours of just cat and mouse, hide and seek with weapons, pretty much, dude. Yeah.
Intriguing enough.
Killer movie, dude. Killer movie. All right. Here we go, man. Here's yours.
This is the first one I had on mine. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I believe it's from the 70s, from what I remember. I don't remember how. I think I found this movie originally in like 2 years ago on like Shudder or something. And I saw the poster. I was like, this has got to be good. And it's one of those movies that if you really want just that straight, awesome old school 70s aesthetic.
Yeah.
This is that one. There is a remake that came out in the last decade that it looks like really? It came out in 2014. Haven't seen it. Don't want to.
It's the same title?
Yes. So yeah, the Town That Dreaded Sundown came out in 1976. Just a little overview of the plot is that the film states that the incredible story you're about to see is true. Where it happened and how it happened, only the names have been changed. The actual phantom attacked 8 people in or near the town of Texarkana, Texas, which is the Texas and Arkansas. No.
Yeah. Yep.
Is this an Arkansas border?
Yeah, dude, it's a real place. Like, there's people. I used to work at the bank, so I get people from all over the country.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm from Texarkana. And I'm like, what does that mean, bro? I had to like look it up. But yeah, it is. They consider it a real place. Just like people from Texas. If anyone from Texas is listening to this, you can confirm this too. They believe Texas is its own fucking country.
Yeah.
That's what they think.
So basically, this is your run-of-the-mill slasher thing of the 70s, 80s about a serial killer essentially. But it has a twist to it because it kind of has this like small town, like country western almost aesthetic to it. And that's what I like about it and how I differentiate it from other films like Halloween, Friday the 13th, all the other ones. You know, it kind of stands alone. And I haven't seen it in like 2 years, so it's definitely one that I want to watch again.
Yeah, I might have to pull this up because I've never even heard of it. So I might have to pull this one up, man. All right, we got next up The Fog. All right.
Fog. I actually just watched this for the first time over the weekend. And what's cool about it is that it has Jamie Lee. It's a John Carpenter film, so Halloween. Yeah. And it has Jamie Lee Curtis in it as a main character, but then it also has Tom Atkins as a main character, who Tom Atkins was actually one of the main characters in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, who has nothing to do with Michael Myers, all that shit. So it's cool to see both of them from both of the Halloween universes come together. And basically, like the girl on the poster, she's like this like late night radio host. And basically there's like this supernatural fog that like when it gets closer enough to like things just appear and start fucking killing people. Like that sounds kind of nonsensical, but again, it's another one where it's just that 70s or 80s nostalgia that like paved the way for everything, you know.
Yeah, I want to say that they didn't they do a like a 2000s something?
I think they did that as well.
The 2000s one was bad.
Yeah, I mean, let me see here. Wait, 2000.
I want to say like the
2005.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, right around there. Yeah, that one was rough. I tried watching that a couple years ago.
And because I thought it was a different movie, I thought it was something else. I thought it was The Mist. Is what I thought it was. It says right here it's a remake of John Carpenter's 1980 film of the same name. So, I mean, there's a lot of horror remakes that aren't good. Obviously, the only one that kind of has stood the test of time, obviously, is the Halloween series, which seems to come back about every 20 years or so. That's the only. And again, those all have their flaws as well.
Yeah, and also, I mean, they've thrown so much shit at the wall that something's got to stick too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're always fucking remaking them. So, you know. All right. Let's see here. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I saw, like I said, they like one weekend in October, they show like old school horror movies at one of the theaters here. I actually saw this in theaters last year. Do not watch it for the acting. Do not watch it for any of that. It is literally an acid trip of a film. Like, you honestly can't even call it like a horror film. It's straight up like just a acid trip of a film. And basically it's like this, you know, Joe Blow town of, you know, friends and shit messing around. And I can't remember how it starts, but they I think like an alien spaceship like crash lands. So then these clowns are running amok through this town and they're trying to, you know, they're trying to kill people, all that stuff. And then they eventually, I can't remember how, but eventually they get like onto the spaceship where the clowns are, and they get trapped in these like cocoon things that are made of cotton candy. It's just bizarre land. And I'm not like, there's so much to it. It's all over the fucking place, but it's worth a watch. And I'm sure you'll love the cotton candy scene.
Yeah. I mean, I do hear like a lot of good things about this movie. So it's not just you. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like when you go to those Spirit Halloween stores, they literally have like a whole section like just of fucking killer clown shit.
Absolutely. Here we go.
So there's sequels. Yeah. There's the remakes. There's the show that we talked about. But like nothing can go wrong. You just can't go wrong with this. You know what? The Chucky 2 and like the Bride of Chucky, those are good too. But again, you just can't go wrong with the original Child's Play. Because like I rewatched that movie last year, I think for the first time in a couple of years, and like there's these scenes in like an alleyway with the music and everything. Like it's like on the surface level, if you haven't seen any Child's Play Chucky movie, you're gonna think, oh, it's an evil doll that stabs people. But this one in particular to me is like, it's super fucking dark, both like aesthetically and like psychologically.
This was actually the first movie that taught me what fear was, right? Because when I was a kid, this first came out when I was a kid.
Yeah, like early 90s, right?
Yeah, so I would have my parents rent it like all the time, right? And eventually it came out on VHS. I had to buy it. And I would watch it like every fucking day, bro. And then finally it clicked in my head that he was killing people. And I was fucking terrified, dude. Like I started screaming and crying. My parents are like, yo, you've watched this movie like 100 times. And I'm like, I don't want to see him anymore. I was terrified of Chucky, dude.
I used to do that shit with certain movies and stuff, but it was like Space Jam and Scooby-Doo. Honestly, like, it's not that my parents didn't let me watch horror growing up, but like they just like kept me away from it. They're like, no, these movies are stupid. They're not good, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So then eventually when I got old enough and we had TiVo, as DVRs used to be called, I would record fucking Dracula. I would record Halloween. I would record all of these, like, and then, you know, like my dad still, like, it's funny. I was at my dad's house the other day watching football, and he's like, you love horror now, but when you're my age, you're going to hate it. I'm like, no, dude, I'm never going to hate it. Like, because my dad always tells me how he saw Friday the 13th in theaters and Halloween, the first Halloween in theaters when it came out. And then he's like, he went to the midnight showing of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm like, nah, I'm never going to get bored of this shit. He thinks I'm crazy that like I can sit in the dark by myself and watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, like, the thing with horror, right? Like it doesn't get the respect that it deserves as a genre. Like you never see any awards or anything. Like, you know, the Emmys, the fucking Oscars. Like you can't even give these motherfuckers a category, bro.
Yeah, I mean, not that I seen it unless they, because I mean, there's a lot of Emmys and Grammys and stuff that like aren't announced on TV. Yeah. So I guess I've never really looked into that.
I mean, I've never seen a horror poster where it was like Academy Award winner.
Yeah. You know I mean? Never.
Yeah. So I just think it's a hated on genre, and I think that's what draws me to it is because it gets shitted on, dude.
No taboo. It's not like a slapstick comedy that everyone fucking likes, you know?
Right. Yeah. You have to really be into this shit to because me, I could watch a horror movie in January. There's some people who can only do this shit in like October, you know.
I watch them. I prefer to watch. They hit different when you watch them this time of year, but I can watch it in the fucking summer. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm the same way. All right. Ooh, Halloween 4, the return of
Michael Myers. So this one, obviously, I could easily have put, Halloween 1 and 2, which I kind of view Halloween 1 and 2 like as one movie because that's essentially what it is. Yeah. But, unless you've been living under a rock for the last almost 40 years, everybody in the world's seen Halloween 1 and 2,
Yeah.
This one, maybe not.
And also, they're on everybody's list.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I brought up this one, and I have another one on my list as well, because maybe people haven't seen these or whatever. And what I love about this one is like that post I sent you the other day, like it just has that absolutely awesome, just 80s fall Halloween feel to it. Like I showed like that Halloween store they go into, like the scenes, the neighborhoods, the decorations, like in the fall, like all that shit is great. And this one has a great ending, which I'm not going to spoil. Yeah. And when you see the ending of this, it's going to make, like, if you've never seen these, middle ones, 4, 5, 6, when you see the ending of this one, you're going to be like, oh, fuck, I want to watch 5 immediately. 5.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, I don't know if this extended to when you were growing up, but when I was a kid, AMC used to play like 1 through fucking like 6. Yeah. Like for like all Halloween week.
Apparently they do that like every day now, but they play them like, from what I've seen on Facebook, but they play them like out of order, which makes no sense.
That's stupid.
And then I left out 5.
Uh-huh.
And I put so 4 is the return of Michael Myers, 5 is the revenge of Michael Myers. 6 is one that's hated on by a lot of hardcore fans. Yeah. But the reason I wanted to talk, to me, it's got a unique story. So there's 2 versions of this that are available to watch, both on DVD or whatever, but also on streaming, whatever. There's the original version. That's the theatrical version. And then there is the unrated producer's cut, which honestly, from what I can remember, when they seem like 2 completely different movies to me. But what what you learn about this in 5, but you also learn about it in 6, is that Michael Myers, he was a part of something called the Cult of Thorn, and they all have this like symbol tattooed on.
Yeah.
And that's what causes him to kill is that he's like a descendant of this 1,000-something-year-old cult. And so that's what makes him want to kill. And the producer's cut, which a lot of people don't like, it goes in way more into detail with the Cult of Thorn as opposed to the theatrical version. But they're both good. But if you have the time, watch them both. But yeah, a lot of people hate this one, but to me, it just stands out as like unique. Also, I think the poster's probably like the best poster of all of them. I don't know what it is.
That is a dope
poster. I love that poster probably out of like all of them the most. So again, like this one, it's hated on, but it's one that if you haven't watched before or if you haven't watched ever, it's one you should to develop your own opinion on it because it follows the story of 4 and 5 with Jamie, the little girl. It follows the story of her.
So would you say that this is like its own trilogy too then?
Yeah, so like obviously, so Halloween 1 and 2, Halloween 2, he gets set on fire at the end and dies. And they never thought that they thought they were done with Michael Myers for good, and that's why they made that other witch one because. And then people wanted Michael Myers so bad, so they came out with 4 in the 80s. And then they came out with 5. I think 5 came out in like 89, and then this one came out in like 95, the year I was born. And so like it's its own trilogy, but it also follows the original 1 and 2 in its own way. So like, and then there's also the H20 ones from like the late 90s, early 2000s, where it doesn't essentially follow these, but it follows the original too, because it's called Halloween H20 20 years later. So it essentially follows, and then also the original 2 follow directly with the ones that came out the last couple years. So like these 3, 4, 5, and 6, they kind of follow the original films for sure, but they don't essentially follow the newest ones. So there's like there's multiple different timelines. It's not like Marvel where there's 5 fucking Spider-Mans. It's just the stories drift off a little bit. But you can watch 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, then H20, then the ones from the last few years. Like you can watch that straight through and it'll still all make sense, you know?
Right. So is this one streaming anywhere?
Yeah, I believe it's on like, I know it's on like Amazon Prime, but I'm sure it's on some other stuff. It might be on like the Shudder or the AMC, It might be on one of those apps.
You know, this franchise is so weird. Like for the last 3, I think they're on Peacock.
Yeah. They'll have like Halloween 2 on one app, but then have not the other ones.
Right. Yeah. It's like if you want to watch them all, you need all the apps.
It looks like Halloween 6. It looks like Halloween 6 is on AMC Plus, Paramount Plus, YouTube TV, to rent. It's on like 5 different things, so you're good. Right. So with this, I also put some movies that I have never seen myself. The only reason I know about this movie originally is if you've ever seen Kirk Hammett in Metallica's guitar. He literally has a guitar where the pick guard is this movie poster. It's a little bit different.
Oh, really?
But it's that poster.
Wow.
And Boris Karloff played like the original Mummy, the original Frankenstein, a couple of different ones. And this is one that I'm going to watch, but I kind of put it on here because again, like I've never seen it, but maybe some people have and whatever. But
I also
put it as an appreciation. What?
It's a great poster.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like those, I also just put it as like appreciation of like how good those movie posters were way back in like the 1930s through the 1950s. You know, they're better that way than they are now. You know, honestly, I could hang that shit up in my apartment.
Yeah, for real.
I've never seen this, but I put it on here because maybe other people have, maybe other people haven't, but then now it's worth checking out.
Yeah, for sure. Friday the 13th, classic.
Yeah, no, another one. Kind of cliche, but there's like 10 Friday the 13th, and there's also Jason Goes to Hell, all those ones. So, and I've seen them all, but this is another one. So, Halloween was the first of its kind.
Yeah,
Halloween spawned Jason. It spawned Freddy Krueger. All those. It was the first of its kind of these fucking costumed killers fucking slashing people. So this is another one that it kind of just goes without saying. You know, it's very, you know, like the original Halloween is very low budget, as is this film.
Yeah. So like I couldn't believe when I first learned that in the first Halloween there's no blood in that movie.
I think I heard that too. Yeah,
that's nuts.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they couldn't
afford I don't think the second one does either.
Yeah, I guess that they blew most of their budget on getting Don't Fear the Reaper, the song.
Really?
Yeah.
So like this again, it just goes without saying whether you've seen it or you haven't. It's just maybe low budget, but it's just it's another one that just paved the way, and you could see the comparisons to Michael Myers in this and how that was an inspiration to this.
Yeah.
The silent fucking killer, always finding people, always surviving, all those things.
He doesn't have to run. He'll catch you by walking.
Have to run. They never have to run.
No, never. There we go.
This just came out over the summer. I saw it in theaters. I think like the night it came out, actually.
Yeah,
and
you did.
like I've said before, like I could sit and watch The Exorcist or Halloween or Friday the 13th. I could sit and watch those all day. But there was something so fucking dark. It's not lying when it says right there the scariest film of the decade, because this shit was so dark that it borderlined on Satanism.
Well, I mean, that's basically what it was. That is what it was.
Yeah.
Was basically an army of fucking Satanists, dude, pretty much. A long line
with the schizophrenic Nicolas Cage, the fucking dolls, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But it is, when you watch this movie, you're probably gonna want to fucking go to bed watching some fucking sitcom comedy cartoon to forget about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, put on like Rugrats or something.
Yeah, Rugrats or fucking King of the Hill or some shit.
Because even when I watch, like, there's not many movies that stick with me after I turn them off.
Yeah,
but this is
especially nowadays.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, just the world as it is kind of like a horror movie sometimes, that we're like desensitized to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was one here that broke through that for me.
And then another one, Paved the Way. I haven't seen it in a couple of years, honestly, but it sticks out in a different way than Halloween or Friday the 13th does, just because of the story. Like, obviously, Jason has its own story. Michael Myers has its own story. This one has probably the most fucked up story of all of them, to me.
For a villain backstory, absolutely.
Yeah, this one, that one probably, and it, for its time, it's very well done with the gore and just how violent it is. It's very well done. And I've never seen the like remake from the 2000s because but Leatherface is another one of those classic characters that every Halloween you just can't pass up on, and it's worth a watch. I know there's a sequel too from back then, which I've never seen, but I know it's also worth watching. I'll probably check that out.
Yeah, didn't they come out with just a regular Leatherface movie or not?
I don't know,
because I remember at AEW, this might have been for Halloween or some shit last year, but remember last year at AEW they had fucking Leatherface come out with the chainsaw and all this dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's some film here that says it came out in 2017 though. But it's literally called Leatherface.
That's what I thought. I could have sworn they did one. That's
There's how many there's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's 3 of them total. There's 3 of them. There's one from '95 called Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. It doesn't have Matthew McConaughey in it.
Yeah, I don't think that got a theatrical release.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's a fucking $5 Walmart DVD.
Yeah, they're just trying to profit off the name on that one there.
And if you didn't know this, but I don't know if you ever knew this, but I actually heard this on an interview I was watching recently, and that is that if you look at that Mummy one we were looking at, if you look at this one way they used to catch the audience's eyes, is they would put, if you look there, they would put like a good good-looking woman.
Yeah.
She looks like she's trying to like give herself to that mummy. Or if you go back to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, she's being fucking hung by this chainsaw wielding psycho, this hot chick. So that was one way that they used to use the posters back then to grab people, because it's like, well, shit, what are they doing to these hot chicks?
Well, that was their only means of promotion, especially horror. Like the only thing you had was your poster and word of mouth.
Yeah, and there's never not sexual innuendo, at least in those very old horror.
yeah, for sure.
There's always someone trying to fuck, and then they come in, Michael Myers comes in and fucking stabs them.
Yeah. Well, and Jason too, because there's like a running joke of fucking like teens having like premarital sex
on Camp Crystal Lake, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
you're dead. You're dead.
Or in Jason X when he has the fucking sleeping bags and.
Yo, that's one of the best kills I ever seen. I'm not even joking. Like when he picks up the sleeping bag, and just bashes it off the tree,
he fucking kills him.
Yeah, fucking brutal shit, dude.
All right,
there's our terrifying 20. We were maybe talking about doing a Halloween episode.
Yeah, we'll do some sort of Halloween tie-ins for basically the rest of the month.
Yeah. And then for election night, I'm gonna try to get a lot of people on, a lot of guests, people popping in and out all night. We will be covering it live. We'll be here with you
all night. I mean, we won't have a winner, but what more can we do?
Yeah,
we're not gonna have a winner till like the next weekend, but till like Veterans Day. But what more can we do?
I mean, it's just bullshit that like every other election in my life, we've been able to have a winner that night.
Yep.
But now,
I mean, everyone in my life too. I mean, I'm younger.
Yeah.
But
still. Like you said, except that one in 2000 with Al Gore, but that's because Florida fucked up.
Yeah,
Florida made a mistake. Yeah. So, and even that, I was like once in a lifetime. People were pissed about that.
Yeah.
But
now, like, I can see it becoming a normal thing because of 20.
Yeah, because they already set the precedent for it.
Yeah.
So once you do it once, that's all you got to do.
And then that makes it a normal thing. Right.
Yeah. But all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed our terrifying 20 and all the other things we covered tonight. This is a good show.
It was a good show.
It was.
We meant to hit a home run. Like
this is crazy. They were just down 6-1.
Mookie Betts hit a home run during our little break.
Yeah. And then the Padres went up 6-1. Now it's 6-5. Yeah, the Dodgers they got 4 back. So we have a game.
This is a unique series. I mean, San Diego's only like an hour away from Los Angeles, so it's kind of like the Battle of the Bay in a way, and that's why there's so much. That's why there's so much animosity behind it. Why the fans are littering the field and shit.
I mean, they just don't like each other to begin with. But we will see you guys on Saturday.
We'll be there.
We will come next time. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay spooky, everybody. Bye, Jasmine. All right, y'all later, bro.